What is up, aliens? This is Rohit Raina. Welcome back to my channel. And today I am reviewing this Garuda Gamana Vrishabha Vahana. I'm fresh off of this film. It just finished like 3 minutes ago, and I thought I will not wait for the following morning to shoot my review. I would review it right away, even though I'm yet to gather my thoughts. But let's do it this time. Let's have a very instant review. So yeah, Garuda Gamana Vrishabha Vahana is the story of these two people who grow up with each other as like IMDb says soulmates. Like they're like brothers. They grow together. They grow up together and they grow together. They do their menial jobs, very legal jobs, but they're struggling. They're making their ends meet, but of course, the world is cruel. Uh, they are not getting enough in return for their hard work. They're not getting value. They are being, I won't say cheated, but yeah, they are being taken advantage of. One fine day, Shiva loses. The guy who has never laid hands on anybody, never responded to all the bullying he has faced all his life. The silent guy. One day he loses, and that's the day he turns into a psycho. Then he spirals out of control. Nobody can control him, and that's how gradually these two friends who could do anything for each other, they become enemies. So much so that they are out to kill each other. This is not a spoiler, because if you're someone who goes to IMDb and reads the synopsis of films, you have already read it. That's the film in short. And what a film! What a film! This is a perfect film. I mean, I've seen so many gangster films, and it's almost always they leave you questioning certain aspects of the film. For example, the most recent gangster film I can think of is The Irishman. It's not so recent, came out 3 years ago, but yeah, I cannot think of any other film that I watched recently. I may have, but yeah, there are things about those films that you question, that like they could have been shorter, like there is some loophole. You're questioning the decisions taken by characters, like why would that person do this when he or she is well aware that this may not have great consequences for them. So you question the logic, you question their decisions, you question the conveniences, the coincidences, all of the coincidences, and all of that. With all the films, but with gangster films, it happens a lot. You question why why this protagonist of our film, or why one of the chief characters of our film would be so trigger happy. Sure, they are gangster, but then there's also intelligent people in a way. They're not all intelligent. They let their aggression, they let their intelligence take a backseat. They let their brain take a backseat. But even then, when you have convinced yourself that this guy is less of brains and more of bronze, even then you end up questioning their decisions. It happens. You're like, okay, I it's not entirely believable, but I can do with that. Not in this movie. Not in GGVV. That does not happen ever. I never questioned their decisions. Everything was believable every second of the film. Not once I felt, okay, this is a little over. A person wouldn't do that in real life. I did not feel that way. This is one of the most closest to real life film I have films I have watched. Again, I don't know any gangster personally. I don't know mafia personally. I've never been part of that. It would be quite frivolous of me to make a such a statement. Quite pretentious of me to make such a statement. But uh, we still, I mean, even though we do not experience certain things in life, we still have a viewpoint. We still have a baseline of what may swing and what may not swing. So these two people, there is no vagueness here. The movie is not trying to tell you, or not is not trying to confuse you that should I have empathy with them? Should I have sympathy with them? Should I like them even if they are doing terrible things, or should I just detest them? No, the movie is not trying to make you go in that zone. The movie is not trying to make you question your feelings for these people. They are bad people. Even if they were good, they were working hard at some point in their lives, but there is no justification for what they are doing now. Once they become these gangsters, their actions do not have any justification. They're just cold-blooded killers. That's what they are. So the movie is pretty black and white in that regard. The characters are pretty black and white, in a good way, in a very real way. It's again, like I said, it's not a Sanjay. It's not a Sanjay Dutt from Vastav, where you have sympathies with him. So within this story, within this universe of these two bad people, unquestionably bad people, there is no sympathy the movie wants you to have for them. Within this universe, who's more justified in his actions against this other guy? Is it Shiva or is it Hari? Should Hari be the one to exact revenge on Shiva, or should Shiva be the one? Who should have the first laugh? Who deserves to draw first blood? That's where the movie takes you. As an audience, you know both are bad. You are not rooting for anybody, but within this universe that they have created, where you know your priorities are right away there, that I have to hate both of them. Within that universe, you again have to choose between these two people. Not between not between right and wrong. It's all wrong. But between these two people, was Hari's reaction justified when he just abandoned Shiva when he did? Or did Shiva deserve it? And now that they're out for blood, who should kill who? Should Shiva be killing Hari? Like, what do I want as an audience? What uh, judging these characters morally? Who between these two should take the honors of killing the other guy? And then that happens. One of them gets his revenge, or gets his plan executed perfectly. And then there is the last scene. There is that last scene where these bunch of boys, the bunch of nobodies who only and only play cricket, they have no connection to gangsters, to these gangsters. They are so upset, they are so angry. They surround this guy who's still alive. And that's a beautiful scene in terms of how nerve wracking that scene is. I don't know about you, but in that scene, I wanted this guy to live. I wanted this guy to beat up these kids. And he lives on. That's what I wanted. I am not sure if the movie wanted me to feel that way. I'm not sure of that. But in that scene, I wanted this guy to live. So that scene is quite anxiety filled. I was at the edge of my seat. I was like, what is going to happen? Is he going to is it going to be one of those scenes where he just embarrasses these little boys, these kids, or is there a twist? Do they end up overpowering him? So that was done well, like the rest of the film. uh, yeah, there is not much I can say without giving away the spoilers. I think if I had to rate this film, again, I hate this rating business, but if I had to rate this film, I would say 9. Yeah, I'd say 9 out of 10. Again, it's a perfect film. Like I said, there's no weakness. But I do not want to say 10 out of 10, because I want to absorb this movie. Again, it may or may not be the kind of movie that I would want to repeat once, twice, 10 times. So I don't know that yet. So this, whatever, whenever I give these ratings, just take them with a pinch of salt. Those may not reflect my true feelings. So right now I want to say 10, but I'll hold 1 marks back for no logical reason. Performances were Rishabh Shetty's direction, incredible. Writing, incredible. There's no fault to be found. His performance is, I just bought into his character. So much swag. I mean, that guy had terror. That guy had terror, you know. Everybody was shit scared of him. They heard his bike approaching and they were like, okay, I'm dead. And I loved that part. He was fast with his hands. He could beat you to pulp. There were people who tried to fight, but they just couldn't because Shiva was too good. Hari is more of a calculated guy who who he has other things to worry apart from violence, apart from exacting revenge. He's not exactly, so that's why they get along so well. That's why they rule their city, Mangaluru, so beautifully, because one is the brawn of this group, the angry guy who cannot put up with bullshit, who just kills. That's it. That's his reaction. If you offend him, he would kill you. And this other guy, he's the brain. He wants to focus on the business side of things. He knows where the money comes from. He knows how to grow your clout without not necessarily using violence. Obviously, everything they have because Shiva performed that first act of violence, and as they grow, it's violence that helps them. But then he has other ways, Hari has other ways. He knows he has to make friends with certain people. He knows he has to take care of their feelings. Shiva does not care about that. He's like, you are my guy, these are my people, that's it, that's my world. I do not care for anything else. I don't even care for money. So that's the difference between these two people. But then that does not mean that the movie wants you to like Shiva. The movie does not want to like Shiva because there is absolutely no justification for what he does in the film so many times. So yeah, I was talking about the acting. Loved his performance. One of the best performances I've seen in a film this year, 2022. I'm wondering if I should, announce my own version of awards based on the films I've seen in 2022. This guy would be right up there. Raj B Shetty, I mean. Rishabh Shetty was good. Yeah, he was pretty effective. Quite a different role from what I saw him doing in Kantara. So he was like in there, totally in the skin of his character. Perfect. But yeah, Raj B Shetty stole the show for me. But Rishabh Shetty was on point. He was everything you would have wanted him to be. The rest of the cast was fine. They did not have much to do. I imagine. I can't think of the driver. I thought he did well with his role. The police, the cop, he was fine. He didn't have much to do either. But I think that the best part apart from these two people was of that driver. I thought he was pretty natural. He was pretty organic in what he did in the film. He also had one big scene where he had to emote in a different way as compared to rest of the film. So I thought he did a fine job. I don't know if he's a big actor or a big character actor. You guys can let me know in the comment section. But so yeah, that's about it. I think I said that's about it about 10 minutes back, but thankfully I had more to say. So loved the film, loved Raj B Shetty's performance, loved every performance Rishabh Shetty, but Raj B Shetty was out of the world in this film. Yeah, let me know if you like what you guys think of the film, or if there is anybody who does not like this film. I would love to hear your thoughts. Uh, that's it. I do not want to compare it to any other film. I've already done that in a way. Yeah, thank you for watching.